What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union, the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group, and Rosie's Corner. Make sure if you're in and around Central New York, you get to Rosie's the rest of today and tonight. Pizza wing combination. Any one that you order, you get a free ML Sports Platter t-shirt. Rosie's Corner, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. I mean, where do I begin? What a roller coaster. What an up and down, wavy, crazy, emotional game. The Buffalo Bills at the end, I think I'll start at the end and then kind of backtrack. Right at the end of the day, they're 3-0. Period, end of discussion. You can talk about 28-3 blowing leads. You can talk about the defense being horrific again this week from a run defense standpoint and then completely opening up, even with Milano and Edmonds back. Edmonds was horrific today, getting bowled over by a bunch of Rams and really was missing tackles. Milano was a monster, but the secondary didn't make a ton of plays either. The defense overall was just getting shredded by Henderson and company, the running back, and then as the Rams mounted the comeback, you can slice and dice it however you want. The bottom line is there's a win column and it says 3 and a loss column that says 0. There's no doubt that the Bills have to clean up their second half in terms of the defense overall, the offense in the second half, and clearly there's just a lot to really unpack here in terms of the win for Buffalo, 35-32. First of all, everyone was losing their minds, including me, in the second half. That float pass by Allen to Tyler Kroft along the sideline. It was a clear catch by Kroft. The defender's arms came in on the ball, but even though it was simultaneous in the end with possession, I still thought Crawford had the ball Kroft had the ball maybe 65-35 there. But even so, even if it is 50-50, which it wasn't, but even if it was, the ball still goes to the offense. Simultaneous possession, it still goes to the offense. It was a horrible call. But the problem was the Bills really came apart there, and that is very surprising considering this is not the same old Bills. This is the Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane Bills, where they're strong up here and they can fight through those things. And if you're a really good team, you got to overcome that shit, man. I'm sorry. The Buffalo Bills did not. They absolutely fell apart. The defense was gassed. They were getting absolutely cut apart. They were Swiss cheese as the game went on. And then the offense started to have some shaky possessions as well. Josh Allen started to look rattled. The team just looked rattled totally, and then it was dwindling. And what is it, by the way, with 28-3 leads in Orchard Park? Huh? I mean, does that ring a bell? Bills fans coming back on the Oilers before it was 35-3, and then they came all the way back. I mean, mind-boggling how it just completely fell apart with the disastrous lack of mental strength, and the Bills just lost it. And guys are wide open all over the place. Cooper Kupp, my God, if I have to hear that guy's name one more time. And then Robert Woods, they're doing tricky Ram stuff back and forth, running back, receiver, Woods, Goff. I mean, Goff's back there eating 24 chicken wings before he even gets touched. But the Rams take the lead late. There's some time on the clock, and even the broadcasters said it. Gary Myers and company, Chris Myers, and company. I thought the broadcast team was horrific today as well. Josh Allen marches the Bills down. He gets called for a face mask. Oh, by the way, after the Kroft catch, Allen gets flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, which was absolutely ridiculous. He didn't even do anything. He just was arguing against the refs. He wasn't getting physical. He didn't throw a helmet. He did nothing. He didn't deserve that penalty. Fast forward here to the end of the game. The Bills get the ball back, and they start to move down the field. Josh Allen made unbelievable throws on that drive. Think about the third down to Cole Beasley was magnificent poise by Allen in the pocket. Go rewatch the play, the footwork, the poise, and the arm strength. He hits him. Beasley does a great job to get over the first down marker. That's what a possession receiver does. Wes Welker, Amendola, Edelman, possession guys who are your second, third receiver in your core, they catch those balls and they make it to the first down marker. That was an unbelievable throw by Allen. He also had that little flick over the top to Diggs. Phenomenal throw, and he just kept on going, and the mental strength was there by Josh Allen. And then the key play on the drive there, they get down all the way, it's fourth down, Allen throws the ball, and the Rams get a DPI. Now, I will tell you right now, right away when Gabe Davis was there, he was getting held like this, and you could sort of see it because he was the closest receiver to the TV. I thought right away, DPI, Rams. And then the flag comes in from the backside, and you knew right away. Now, LA fans are going to say bullshit. Buffalo fans are going to say, well, it's about time that we got one call. I thought at the end of the day, it was a light DPI call, but I thought it was the right call. Now, I know it's easy to listen to me, say that as I'm wearing Bills clothes and I'm a huge Bills fan of the media. Take that out of the equation. Everybody should know that I'm objective with all my teams. At the end of the day, all you have to do is keep listening to me on Brian Cashman and the Yankees. I thought it was the right call. Again, a lot of people are going to say, give me a break, that was a softy deal. But you cannot have your hands up high. They were in the shoulder and neck area. It's easier to see, and it was beyond 5 yards. He held him and held up as the play was going on, and he was forcing past 5 yards. Then he let go. Too little, too late. The play was already done. Then Allen, again, incredible poise, amazing awareness. Remember when Tyler Kroft was called a bust by a million people, including me, before the game, during the game? Hey, Tyler Kroft, he started catching balls, 2 touchdowns today. Hey, maybe Tyler Kroft's finally earning his millions, right? And everybody was ripping him. I was one. And so guess what? Well, today I was wrong, because maybe Brandon Beane did give this guy a ton of money for a reason. He was huge in the red zone today for the Buffalo Bills. Allen hits him for the game-winning score. The Rams made an interesting little circus back lateral bullshit at the end. The Bills get the win 35-32. In all, I think the way I close this thing is these takeaways right in order. Number 1, Buffalo Bills, you got to clean your shit up. You cannot blow a 28-3 lead as football professionals. I know they're at home. I can't even say at home because there's no fans and the like. You can't do that. You can't blow 25-point leads at home in normal circumstances, but in general, you just can't. And the defense has got to tighten up. They've got to figure out a way to stop the run. It's now 3 weeks in a row where the Bills' defense has had way too many leaks. Last week, they let Miami back in the game in the second half and all the rest. You got to stop with letting teams back in the second half, and the defense really needs to tighten up. Number 2, the Bills have got to figure out the offensive line. Today, late in the game, as the second half was going on, Winters was terrible. He had an awful red zone penalty earlier in the game. They got to figure out. I know Feliciano's out, but Dawkins did not have a good game. Aaron Donald, you can tell me all day long about how he's the best player in football, and I probably agree, him and Mahomes, but the Bills left him unblocked half the game. I mean, when Donald went in and got that key sack in the second half, I mean, he's unblocked. You've got to put bodies on him. So you got to figure out that line play. The third thing, of course, is that at the end of the day, with the roller coaster, the up down, all the nonsense, all the refs blown calls and the like, the Bills are 3-0. Period. End of discussion. That's what the record says. There's a win column, there's a loss column. They're 3-0. And finally, Josh Allen has steel balls. I mean, you talk about this guy in the second half making those kind of throws down. That's now 2 weeks in a row where big-time quarterbacks make big-time plays late in the game. I'm not saying he's Brady, Elway, Breeze, Rodgers, Montana, Bradshaw, Fran Tarkenton. I'm not saying he's any elite quarterback. We still have a long way to go with Josh Allen, but that's my quarterback. And if you're a Bills fan, that's your quarterback. In the fourth quarter, when it got dire, the faces of the Bills looked beat. The coaches were getting frustrated, and they were getting out-coached. Sean McVay was bringing out the wizard offense, and they couldn't stop him. The offense was having shorter drives. The line was looking like shit. Josh Allen converted. He made huge throws on third down. He was unbelievable in the red zone today. He has 1 interception on the year, which shouldn't have been an interception, as I just mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Allen, he stepped up. He put the team on his shoulders. They were down. He made the plays in the end to win. Buffalo 3-0, 35-32 over the Rams. ML Sports Take here, turned into 9 minutes with Mike Lindsley, all brought to you by Hides of Liverpool, the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group, Ryan W. Hanlon of Howard Hanna Real Estate, and Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare. Thanks for watching. Hit me, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, TikTok. You can find me, Mike Lindsley with you, all part of the ML Sports Platter. Whew. As I always tell you, well, try to enjoy the games.